I'm Sally Redman. I work for an insurance company. You're probably wondering what maths has to do with my job. Well, that's exactly what I thought when I got the job. But my GCSE maths has come in very handy on a daily basis, believe me. As you're probably aware, car insurance is a legal requirement in the UK. What you might be wondering is why it is, depending on who's driving, what type of car they drive and where they keep it, the premiums they pay are different. So who makes these decisions and how do they do it? Well, that's my job, and I'll let you know some of the things that I need to think about. I need to look at a lot of different things, but basically the premium, or the price you pay, is based on how likely you are to make a claim. With car insurance, this would be if you had an accident or if your car was damaged or stolen. Working this out involves looking at a lot of different data on past claims and working out the probability that the customer will make a similar claim. We have to make a lot of generalisations, which might seem unfair, but it's the only way we can do it. Why don't you come back into the office and I'll take you through the 4 main criteria that affect how much you'll pay for your car insurance. Okay, so the first thing we need to think about is location. So we'll take a note of your address and assume that this is where the car will be stored for most of the time. We'll then have a look at data at how many cars have been stolen, damaged or involved in an accident in the area. Secondly, we need to have a look at your age. So let's have a look at some statistics taken from last month's claims. As you can see, the age range is on the left and the number of claims is on the right. So the age range 17 to 25, the number of claims made were 152. 26 to 30, there were 78 claims made. 31 to 50, 62 claims. 51 to 65, 66 claims, and 65 plus, 98 claims. So we can see that the total number of claims made last month were 456. 152 of these were made by drivers under the age of 25. That's 1/3 of all claims. We wouldn't usually just take 1 month's data, but this gives you just a general idea of how many claims were made in that group. Unfortunately, this does mean that insurance premiums for younger drivers will be more. Thirdly, the model of car will make a difference. The faster a car can go might mean you're more likely to have an accident, and the flashier the car may make it more appealing to thieves. The fourth is gender. So again, let's have a look at some data taken from last month to see how gender affects the probability of you making a claim. As we can see, last month, males made 296 claims and females made 187. If we make this into a percentage of the total number of claims, which was 456, that will be 296 divided by 456 times 100, which equals 64.9%. So we had more claims from male drivers than female drivers last month. This fits in with research that shows statistically women are less likely to have an accident than men. This makes them cheaper to insure. These are all very simple examples, and we do look at a lot of different data, including whether or not you've made a claim in the past, if you've ever had a speeding ticket, or even if you keep your car in a garage. And it's not just car insurance that uses probability. People insure against all sorts of things, from the belongings in their house to insuring against the cancellation of a wedding. Let's have a look at travel insurance. Many holidays are expensive, so it's worth insuring yourself against cancellations. Also, in many countries, you need to have healthcare in case you have an accident or fall ill. This can also become quite expensive. Like car insurance, we use probability to work out the likelihood of you making a claim and how much your premium will be. Let's have a look at 2 quotes from different holidays, one from a skiing holiday in California and one from just a normal holiday in France. We can see the premium for the trip to France is only £7.53, whereas the premium for the skiing trip to the USA is £45.98. That's quite a big difference. That's because the probability of you having an accident on a skiing trip in California is much higher than the likelihood of you having a fall on a holiday in France. Also, France is in the European Union, so your healthcare is already covered. Healthcare in the USA can be quite expensive. These aren't the only factors we consider. We also look at where in the world you're travelling to and the crime rates there, because the probability of you having your possessions stolen in one country may be higher than in another. We'll also look at what items you're taking and how expensive they are. For example, a designer pair of sunglasses or a top-of-the-range camera? As you can imagine, this can all get really complicated. Luckily, we have the computer to work out the cost of premiums for us, but it is important that we know where these assumptions come from in the first place. So as you can see, probability isn't all about dice and cards. It's about real life, and it's really important when I'm working out the risks.